A little quick video on a review of this vintage air system in a 65 C10. As far as I'm concerned, it's garbage. I haven't used it yet. I'm just installing it. It might work, but the quality control on this is utterly ridiculous. There's 4 hard lines you have to put in here. They're all in each other's way. They rubbed on each other. I had to move them around a little bit to get them to work. The bracket you put on here, way back in here, you have to put this bolt in, and there's a spacer in there that goes on the inside. You have to try and hold that while you're putting everything in here. These were pointing in every single different direction, up, out, down, just ridiculous. Terrible quality control on the bends. This is another brilliant idea here. This is the dryer in the front. They got this tin right here, and they want you to mount this with 2 sheet metal screws right here. Just put those in. Those would fall out in this vibration in a second. These lines did not line up. It took forever to get them to line up. Look at this brilliant design. This is all their stuff. How do you tighten that nut? You cannot get anything on there, front, back, anywhere, and you have to hold this one, and you can't get anything in there. It's almost impossible to get a wrench in there. This is all their design. That's just terrible engineering, terrible. Nobody put this frickin' thing together on a truck before. They would have made some reason you could get in there and get a wrench in there. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then as far as other stuff, they call this the Sure Fit. Yeah, sure. Look it up here. So this goes through the cowl, and this cowl is curved, and this bracket is straight. So you're supposed to put a screw in there, but what are you going to do there? I mean, you can put some washers behind there, but this bracket is bullshit. Look at this. Here's this bracket right here. It's got 2 screws in the front. It's got a screw here and a screw here. There's no adjustment on these screws. This screw is right in a straight hole. This screw is right in a straight hole. This bracket, look at that cutout that they made for that screw. So that cutout is supposed to fit that screw, and it's hitting it. So right there, it's just a single little bracket with 2 straight holes. They cannot be mounted in any different direction, and that screw is off that far. That is garbage quality control. So I'm assuming that all this other stuff that's I haven't even turned on yet is going to be garbage. So I don't know yet. I know they're pretty popular things, but there's that Auto City Classics or something like that makes an air conditioning system. I have another truck to do, and I'm going to go with them because just the poor design and engineering and instructions and everything so far have been terrible. I was expecting super quality stuff. Here's another thing. I'm not really sure how this is going to work out. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this duct is pointing right at the dash right here. I can barely get my finger in there. So I mean, I'm hoping this is some sort of flex line I can get away from there. Here's another thing down here. These hard lines that they give you are all not straight. But look where they put this hard line. It almost touches the bracket here, but it's right here in the open. There's a mounting bracket. It's outside of the mounting bracket. And if you move this line a little bit, it breaks the nut free because it's an O-ring nut. So if somebody's sitting here and they put their feet up here and they push on this line, it's going to break loose. What the hell is that thing hanging down like that for? They could make these lines any way they wanted, and they made them just ridiculous, stupid. So I'm just really upset with the quality of this at this point. Now, it might work, it might cool great, but if you're an engineer and you're building your own shit like this, you should be able to do a better job, especially after you've been in business for this long. That's it. Take it for what it's worth.